Hey there, Max here. Welcome back for another video. This time we are going to talk about my best secret to become magnetic, to become a real woman's magnet without doing anything. I want to talk about your confidence, because your confidence is really the vibe that you're going to carry and that's going to seduce women without you actually saying anything. If you're confident, it's more about your general behavior than the things you will do at a certain point in time or the things that you will say. You will overall do things that are more attractive and you will overall be more attractive when you speak. If you're confident, doing all the rest is going to be a breeze. The thing with confidence is that it shows women that you have a bunch of other qualities that women usually find attractive without doing much. If you're confident, it must be because you're attractive, because if you are not attractive, you wouldn't behave as a confident guy. This is really where the fake it till you make it comes from, because if you fake being confident while not being confident, you're still going to get better results than if you are not faking being confident while not being confident. I hope that makes sense. So while you're doing your best to become a more attractive, more confident guy, why not just start behaving right now as a confident guy? That's exactly what I'm going to explain to you in this video. Let's dive right into it. The first thing in becoming more confident, understand your own insecurities and your own past trauma. It's important to understand what is basically fucked up in your mind, what is fucked up in your perception of things and your perception of the world. For example, a very common trope, a very common psychology trope that you can see everywhere is that if you grew up in a family without a father, well, your conception of men in general is going to be a bit skewed. You're going to be a bit biased. The way you grow up influences how you behave as an adult and how you perceive life and other people. Point being, after growing up, we're all biased in a certain way, and understanding what kind of bias you hold is going to help you in becoming more confident. So for this one, it's very simple. I encourage you to write down on a piece of paper what are your insecurities, what are your past traumas, and work on ways to solve them. For example, I remember when I grew up, until I think I was like 21 or 22, to me, talking to a girl was super scary, because earlier in my childhood, I had experiences with girls that were a bit rough. And so I had to notice this, and then I had to tell myself, okay, talking to women seems normal for other people, but for me, it's extremely scary. Maybe my conception of things is a little bit off. I should work on addressing that. And that's how you address your insecurities. First, by figuring them out. Second thing, very important, is to pay attention to how you talk. About yourself, but also about other people, because the way you talk shapes your life and shapes your relationships. And people don't really realize it, but if you're, for example, calling every girl you meet a hoe, you're going to slowly tend towards more misogynistic views. And in the same way, if you always devalue yourself and talk bad or think bad of yourself, it's going to lower your self-esteem and therefore lower your confidence. So pay attention to how you talk and pay attention to your thoughts as well. The way you think influences your life in a huge way. I know this sounds a little bit woo-woo, self-help guru kind of advice, but this is actually really helpful. The way you frame things is super important. You know what they say, you can see the glass half full or half empty. And from experience, it's always better to see the glass half full. Next very important thing is to focus on your body language. The way you carry yourself says a lot about you and your personality. Generally speaking, you want to take a lot of space when you're talking, when you're in a social setting. You don't have to extend your arms all the way around you to take all the space, but simply avoid slouching inward, because this is what people who are shy usually do. Don't be afraid to talk with your hands. Don't be afraid to take space. When you're sitting next to someone, don't be afraid if your leg slightly touches their leg. Be okay and be at ease with your body. Avoid fidgeting as well, because this conveys a lot of nervousness. And if you're nervous, you're not confident. Also pay attention to your eye contact. Make sure to really lock eye contact with women when you talk with them. Next, you want to work on your social skills, because you can fake it until you make it, but if you don't actually try to make it, you're never going to make it. So go out, take a lot of action, and talk to people. Talk to women. The more you do it, the more confident you're going to become, because confidence is like a muscle. And the more you exercise that confidence muscle, the more your confidence is going to grow. If right now it's too hard for you to go out and meet women and to pick them up on the street and so on, just start easy. Go talk to guys. Make small talk, ask for directions. Make it easy for you, but make sure to take action. Finally, I want to encourage you to set small goals, because could you date models? You, right now? Yes, you could. But probably not going to happen tomorrow if you're having trouble with your confidence. There is no secret to success. It's about being consistent enough for a long period of time, and eventually you're going to make it. And I know it can be a little bit discouraging, because if you try to go from 0 to 100, that's a huge leap. And it's way easier to simply set small goals, incrementally going harder and harder at it. Eventually, if you're consistent, after some time, you will make it. For instance, if right now it's difficult for you to start a conversation with strangers, the easiest exercise I can think about, and there is nothing less easier than that, but it's a good way to start if you're having crippling anxiety, for example, is to go out whenever you want to buy a sandwich or anything, and just look at people in the eyes when you are walking. You lock eye contact and you smile. And you will see that it's okay to engage with strangers in public, that you're not going to die. Another easy goal that you could set after this one is to go up to girls you find attractive, to give them a compliment and just wish them a good day. A few years back, I made a video, by the way, of myself in the street of Paris where I would do this, and all the girls loved it. Here's the link somewhere around there if you want to watch it. It's pretty funny. By the way, becoming a more confident guy will also be super helpful to you when you want to take photos for your online dating profiles. The way you pose on your photos is super important. I came up with a free training in which I explain this in details. I will put the link for you right below this video. All in all, to become magnetic with women and attract them with less effort, it's all about becoming more confident. It's in your behavior, it's in the way you act, it's in the way women are going to perceive you. And it's also something that you should work on as much as you can, because the more you work on your confidence, the more you're going to become confident. That's all for me today. If you liked this video, consider subscribing. Tell me what you thought about it in the comments below, and I will see you guys next time.